Panini are grilled Italian sandwiches. They're easy to make, delicious to eat, and so versatile. There's one for everyone. Forget an ordinary tuna fish sandwich. My tuna and artichoke panini features a jazzy homemade olive spread. Instead of your usual BLT, my open-faced PLT shows off salty slices of prosciutto with arugula, tomatoes, and lemony mayonnaise. Toasted ciabatta bread with balsamic syrup is a sweet snack or elegant dessert. And chocolate strawberry panini are good anytime. Fresh, fruity, and just a bit decadent. Whomever you're cooking for, panini are perfect. My tuna and artichoke panini is highlighted by my homemade olive mayonnaise. Just a few seconds in the food processor and it's ready to go. The tuna is tossed with artichoke hearts and lemon. Tuna and artichoke panini is quick, unique, and delicious. I like to use ciabatta bread, and the reason is because of its light, thin crust. It looks a lot hardier than it actually is. And what I like to do is just slice it horizontally, just like this, and open it up. It's very porous and chewy, and that is what is so good about this. You could use any rustic bread you want, like a baguette if you wanted to, but there's nothing like ciabatta bread for this sandwich. And what I'm doing, I'm just hollowing it out a little bit, taking out all the extra dough. I don't need the extra dough because I want to fill it with the yummy tuna and artichoke mixture. And see how much you get in here? You don't need all of this stuff. All right, so now that is ready. Just set it right over here as we make our filling. First thing, the artichoke and tuna mixture. I am using jarred artichokes. I like to use artichokes in water and then make sure you drain them. And I'm gonna chop them up so that everything is the same size, both the tuna and the artichokes. And I happen to love artichokes, and there's something about them that just reminds me of growing up. I always keep them in my pantry as a staple item, and I throw them in pastas and salads and in sandwiches. There we go. I like Italian tuna in olive oil, and the reason I do is because it's got so much more flavor, and in the end, it's a lot more filling. And see, it's a little bit darker than most of the American version. Drain out all the extra oil, dig it all out, and then I want to take the fork and just break up the chunks of tuna. And next, I'm going to make an olive tapenade. So, Kalamata olives that have been pitted. I love the color, that deep purple color. And we need some garlic. Nice tight heads on the garlic. Sometimes it's a little difficult to pull them out, but that's what you want because there's lots of flavor. We are going to chop it just a little because we've got a small little food processor, which will do most of the work for us, but I don't want big chunks of garlic. And we need to add some lemon. You want to roll the lemon to release all the juices. A little bit of zest right into the tapenade. And then we just add the juice to the tuna. Sometimes tuna can be quite fishy, so the lemon juice cuts through that. A little olive oil, just a couple tablespoons. Sort of makes it easier to mix and blend. Needs a little help. You want to make sure and scrape down the sides, okay, so that everything gets nicely incorporated, and you can already smell the garlic. I need some mayo. So we're going to use about 1/4 cup, so another spoonful, just like that. And we'll add the tapenade right to the mayo. It's still a little chunky, but it's going to be good because it's going to be very, very creamy. So you just mix the mayo with the tapenade. It gives it a nice purpley color. And this is great to snack on. It's great for a party like we're going to have later on today. Or my mom used to pack them sometimes for lunch, bring them to school, something a little healthier. I'm just going to dice a tomato. I like to use vine-ripened tomatoes because they're sweet and juicier. It's for color, it's for texture, but it's really about flavor and freshness. Since we're using jarred artichokes and canned tuna, you want a little more freshness. A little black pepper. And you could always add a little salt if you wanted, just a little, because the tuna gets salty and the tapenade gets salty, so you don't want to add too much salt. And we should have just about enough to fill the whole sandwich. So then you just sprinkle some tomatoes right on top. See how pretty that looks? Yeah, just like that. There you go, just like that. Put the top on, and we'll leave it whole until my friends get here, and then we'll cut it up at the table. And that way they'll oon all over it. All right, and up next, I'm gonna make my version of a BLT, known as a PLT, meaty and yummy.